Well, the State Board of Education, obviously with the length of their meeting, the attention that they're paying to it, is trying to do the right thing and make good decisions for the students of the Little Rock School District. They're going to be convening again today. They're listening to everybody who wants to speak, but also debating it among themselves and thinking it through. So I have confidence in them that they're going to do the right thing for the students. And, it's fundamentally a question as to whether we're going to follow the mandates of the Lakeview decision that gives the state a responsibility in the education of our children statewide. That's fundamentally the question here. And there are those that say, forget Lakeview, just give us back to local control regardless of the status of education. Well, that's really abandoning the fundamental principle of the Lakeview decision. If that's the direction we want to go in education, then you're going to have to take that up with the courts for one thing, because that's the mandate that they've given to us. But the State Board of Education is trying to balance returning it to local control with the responsibility that the Lakeview decision gave the state leaders under our Constitution.
Do you think any of the teachers who participated in the strike yesterday, do you think there should be any discipline, or any of them should be terminated?
Superintendent Poore indicated he's going to follow their existing policy, and that's what should happen. I'll leave that up to Superintendent Poore and the existing policies that are in place.
Did anything with the strike change? Did it have any impact on you or change your mind about the direction that the board's been going with the district?
Well, I think the better question is how does this impact the board? I mean, what's the purpose of the strike? The purpose of the strike is it to protect the union. I think the board was fairly expressive that when Little Rock School District is the only school district in the state with a union contract, then let's try something different and let's give more flexibility. So that, to me, is the issue that's been raised by the strike, because when you come to a unified school district, as the board member Chad Peckrin said, his intent is to have a unified school district, and that was the vote of the board. So it's a unified district. That point has been made. Everything else is about, the union contract. The teachers are getting the same benefits they had before the state board action. They will continue to receive those benefits, and in fact, the state put in $2.5 million additional funding to make sure that the Little Rock School District could meet the pay increases that was needed by the legislative mandate this year.
Are you expecting them to strike additional days?
I mean, I can't predict that. It is important to note, because I think the students, sometimes need more information on this point, that the state board action did not abolish any union. The union still exists. Every teacher has a right to belong to them. It's just simply that the Little Rock School District does not have to have a contract with that organization. And I think that's an important distinction that we want more people to understand.
Do you take it personally when you're compared to Orville Faubus?
Well, in politics, you try to avoid taking things personal, but anytime anybody makes that kind of historic reference, they better be prepared to say why that's the case. There's no segregation in the Little Rock School District. The Little Rock School District is unified. That was really the request of the public. And so I'm here fighting today to keep the Little Rock School District open and strong and available to every student, regardless of race or income level. You've got others that were trying to close the school yesterday. So historically, I want to be on the side of providing the best education for every student in the state of Arkansas, including the Little Rock School District, and keeping those schools open and the education continuing for those students.